and Eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The Powell County Search and Rescue Team returned from helping with rescue efforts in Western Kentucky yesterday. They say they knew they had to help out after hearing of the aftermath, just as they were helped out during the devastating floods here earlier this year. Allie Blake spoke to the team about their experience.
When you first get there, it's heartbreaking. I mean, these people has lost everything.
David Conrad, president of Powell County Search and Rescue, and 15 others with 4 dogs traveled to Western Kentucky to assist with rescue and recovery.
You know, we had to come back to regroup and things. We want to go back, but now it's a long road of cleanup.
Even in the midst of devastation, generosity and kindness still flourished. While the team was assisting people, they had no place to stay, but a kind stranger gave them shelter.
She asked us where we were staying at that night, and we was like, we're going to sleep in the vehicles. And she's like, no, you're going to come to my house, and you're all going to stay there. So she opened her home up to all 16 of us and told us to bring our dogs in.
Conrad mentioned that even those that had lost everything were still helping out, including a gentleman they met in Dawson Springs.
He had a whole box of pizza there and had all kinds of waters. And, you know, we thanked him and said, no, we're good at this time. And he goes, yeah, it's my house right there. And I mean, his house is leveled, but he's still out in the community giving.
The Powell County Search and Rescue Team, along with the Clay City Fire Department, will be taking donations to send to Western Kentucky indefinitely to help out the families still in need. In Powell County, Allie Blake, WKYT.
If you want more information on how you can help or donate to those in need, you can visit our website at WYMT.com.
Powell County, actually one of the places that's going to be running into a little bit of rainfall over the next little bit. We continue to watch that rain working into the western portions of the area. I-64 camera at Moorhead, you see what we're talking about, that rainfall continuing to move into that region right now. As a matter of fact, we're talking about Powell County. How about we take a look at Slade on the Powell-Wolf County line? Things are looking rather soggy as we continue to watch that rain push into the region during the next few hours. Temperatures, well, I can tell you in Hazard it's in the mid-60s, and it's in the mid-60s just about everywhere. Sometimes we did have a few glitches with that, but the wind speed around the area, Irvin's calm right now, but the rest of us still sitting in those 6 to 7 mile per hour range, so we're actually calming down just a little bit, but it's that wind that's helped those temperatures warm up during the daytime hours today. We continue to see the leading edge of that whole shield of rain actually pushing through Prestonsburg right about now, into Pikeville shortly, back through portions of Knott and Perry County, but it really picks up once you get into Leslie, Clay, and even Knox counties, and back further to the west. We're going to continue to see those showers work through the region during the during the evening and overnight hours. This is that frontal boundary that moved through portions of the Midwest yesterday, so keep that WYMT weather app handy. We're going to continue to see the potential for showers during the overnight hours and even into the day on Friday. I'll have the very latest on that coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Clay County officials held a ribbon-cutting ceremony today celebrating major broadband expansion in the area. WYMT's Chas Jenkins has more.
A partnership that will bring in new job opportunities.
We've lost the coal industry. This is going to help stem that tide, change the trajectory of what we're doing here, keep people here.
With officials saying that is only the tip of the iceberg.
The government, the schools, the hospitals, it also helps increase that tax base, and when that tax base goes up, it means a lot to all those entities.
One of many expansion projects the county will see.
I don't have the exact timeline for the rest of the county, but I do know that between state funding, federal funding, or public-private partnerships, we'll look to expand that as fast as possible.
Good for the county and good for the state.
1 gig fiber service here is no different than 1 gig fiber service in New York City. So you can do anything and everything you want right here in this beautiful county.
Looking forward to the coming years.
This is really going to change, and it just means more and more in the future. And with that, it just has, brighter days ahead.
Always looking to improve the county. In Manchester, Chas Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Stiver says the expansion will be completed by the end of January. The CDC is warning that early data shows Omicron cases in the U.S. are doubling about every 2 days, and scientists have found the new COVID-19 strain in 36 states now. But Omicron, along with a surge of Delta cases, may push hospitals to the brink during the holiday season. The 7-day average of daily cases nationwide is the highest it's been in about 3 months. According to the CDC, those who are unvaccinated are 8 times more likely to be hospitalized and 14 times more likely to die from COVID compared to the fully vaccinated.
If you are unvaccinated, get vaccinated, and particularly in the arena of Omicron, if you are fully vaccinated, get your booster shot.
A new study from Yale University and the healthcare research group, the Commonwealth Fund, found the U.S. vaccination program likely prevented more than 1 million deaths. The CDC said yesterday that's the power of vaccines. The 12 remaining missionaries kidnapped by an armed gang in Haiti 2 months ago have been released. A source in Haiti security forces says they were found by locals early this morning. 17 missionaries representing Christian Aid Ministries were kidnapped by the 400 Mawazo gang on October 16th while driving through a Port-au-Prince suburb. The gang initially demanded $1 million per hostage. It's unclear why the group was released and whether the ransom was paid. A new study shows NFL players are 4 times more likely to die of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis than the general public. But that condition is also known as ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. The study further indicates that the longer people played football, the more likely they were to get ALS. Researchers from Harvard and Boston universities evaluated all NFL athletes who played at least one game between 1960 and 2019. They say the results suggest a link between head trauma and the disease. Urban Meyer has been fired as head coach of the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars. Team owner Shad Khan made the announcement in a statement late Wednesday night after just 13 games. Khan had warned Meyer in October that he would have to earn back his trust after an embarrassing incident in a bar in Columbus, Ohio. But the Jaguars have won only 2 games under Meyer, who has been harshly critical of his players and assistant coaches. Then Wednesday morning, allegations surfaced that the former college coach had kicked a player in the preseason. Offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell will serve as the interim coach to close out the season. 5 children have died and 4 others are in critical condition after falling from a bouncy castle this morning that blew high into the sky in Australia. Students have been jumping on a bouncy castle when police say a gust of wind lifted it more than 30 feet into the sky. Witnesses say it was a sunny day and the wind was not that strong, but a sudden gust ripped the jumping castle from the pegs holding it to the ground.
It's simply inconceivable that this shocking incident has occurred.
At this time of year, it just breaks your heart.
A police investigation is underway and counseling is being offered to family, friends, teachers, witnesses, and first responders. The National Security Council issued a warning to businesses and individuals this morning, saying we are all at increased risk of cyber attacks during the holiday season. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
'Tis the season for last-minute online shopping.
Because people are going online because they're spending money. It's attractive to people. It's attractive to criminals to try and take advantage of you.
The government issued some guidelines for companies to follow,